A very good morning to all of you, and here I will welcome to all of you. Today's in the IIT JAM, that is last minute tips and tricks to prepare for the exam. As I think on the 13th of February, there is exam which is conducted by the IIT Roorkee, I think, and there is a exam on this IIT JAM, and for that this particular lecture is organized. So for that, I first of all welcome to our honorable speaker, Shubham Jathar, who is the research fellow and who is working in the Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research in IISER Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Most of the students were forcing me to arrange such a type of the guest lecture that when one is trying to know that what is the last minute tips and tricks to prepare for the exam, and based on that I have invited the Shubham Jathar from the who is working as a research fellow in the Indian Institute of Science and Education Research. After that, I would like to, or I warmly welcome to Honorable Professor Lagad sir, and that is who is the head of the Department of the Mathematics, Ahmednagar College, Ahmednagar. After that, I will warmly welcome to all of you who is listening this lecture for the especially for the IIT JAM aspirants. Let me introduce first of all the honorable speaker of the today's guest lecture, Shubham Jathar, who is currently working as a research fellow in IISER Bhopal, also doing the integrated PhD in mathematics, who has completed his HSC from the Residential Junior College, Ahmednagar. So he's from the Ahmednagar only. He has completed Bachelor of Science in Mathematics from the New Arts College, Ahmednagar. Also SSC from the Rupibai Bora College, Ahmednagar. Also recently have scored CSI. He have qualified the CSIR NET exam in December 2019 with All India rank as a 30. Then qualified JAM 2018 in mathematics, All India rank 17. Also qualified CSIR NET with JRF in 2017. And he is currently working on the inverse problems for the linear and non-linear equations from the 2020 and present. He has the teaching assistant on the calculus of one variable, advanced linear algebra, measure theory, complex analysis, and the partial differential equation as well. He has participated in many of the workshops and training programs. Some of the followings are the workshops on some inverse problems and related topics. After that, some inverse problems and non-linearity. He has also participated in the Indian International Conference on the differential equation and applications. Also participated in the Indian Science Congress as well in 2017. He has a lot of skills. Without wasting much time on the introduction, let me over to you to the Shubham Jathar, and let me request you,
Thanks,
the
Professor,
Shubham,
for
to start your guest lecture. Yes, Shubham. You can
thanks,
start.
Uday sir, for your kind information, kind introduction. So let me share my screen. Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you are healthy and doing well. And so let's see. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. R.J. Barnabas, Principal of Ahmednagar College, Professor Ashok Lagad sir, who is the HOD of Mathematics, Ahmednagar College, and Professor Uday Raj Patare, who is coordinator for this seminar series. So our talk, we will divide it into 4 parts. So in first part, we are going to discuss what is this introduction to IIT JAM exam. In that, we are going to cover what is this IIT JAM exam, what are the benefits after joining this IISERs and IIT, and we are going to also discuss the overview of programs which accept this IIT JAM score. And last section in this part, we are going to discuss exam pattern of this exam. in second part of this lecture or presentation, we are going to discuss preparation strategy for IIT JAM. So in that, we are going to decode syllabus and we are also going to discuss some important questions which are constantly asking in the question paper. And last two section will be what should we do before exam and after exam. So that's the plan for this talk. So what is IIT JAM exam? So IIT JAM exam is the national level entrance test which is conducted for admission in MSc and other postgraduate courses at IITs and integrated PhD courses at IISc Bangalore and other government institute like NITs and IISERs. So this exam conducted in every February, and based on this IIT JAM score, candidate can get admission to various courses. This exam is conducted as a competition. So this information most of you might know. So what is the benefit of joining this IISERs and IIT? So one of the most important benefit is that you can get exposure to this interdisciplinary research environment. So what is this interdisciplinary research environment? So the thing is that in IITs or IISER, there are many departments are there. So you may be possible as a master's student, you may join one of any courses which are going on there. So you can also discuss your research problem to other stream faculty members or other research fellows also. So you can get research perspective from their subject point of view also. So thing is that suppose from math can see one point of view, and thing is that from physics point of view, their research, their approach may be different. So together, like you can get overall idea. So to do interdisciplinary research, it is actually good for to solve complex research problems. So second benefit is that as a student of IIC and IISER, they provide financial support in terms of fellowship for their master's program. So this thing may not be possible for other universities and institute. Even IITs, they don't provide this financial support. So in case of IIC, for first year they provide I think 16,000 per month, and for second year it is 24,000 or something. So which is really good. And in case of IISER, you will get around 16,000 or 10,000 depending upon IISER. So financial independence you become even in master's program. So that's another good thing. Third point is that you can get opportunity to complete minimum 1 year research work, which is called as a master's thesis. So it work as a good litmus test in deciding whether to continue with PhD or not. So thing is that so if you complete your master's, suppose from some university, okay, so you will do your work for at least 2 years, your coursework there. And if you think like you wanted to do PhD, so the reasons may be different, like your seniors may gone there or something like that. So you may clear all the CSIR exam or all these requirements, and you may also get admission in PhD program. Okay, but thing is that in first year, the program any PhD program is that you have to do some coursework. So in first year, the same, it is just a revision of master's thing. So you don't realize what is research is. But in case of second year, actual research starts. So it may be possible that you may some of you or many of us may suffer in this kind of research. So you may not like this thing. So it is better to do this kind of work in masters only. So this kind of opportunity is provided in IIT or IISER. So if you like, then only you can continue as a PhD. Otherwise, you can do other works also. So this is one of the thing which you may not get in other institute. Okay, so this is another benefit. Fourth benefit is that campus placement is also going on. So even there are many campus placement in case of applied courses, and even for pure courses there are even in our institute there are companies like TCS and Deloitte who took student this year also. So campus placement is also good. And last good thing about this joining IIST or IISER is that they provide student with much more than academic learning. So they actually organizes many other curriculum activities to participate and promote talents like music, sport. You can attend technological seminar and writing competition, etc. So for your overall development, this is actually a very good thing. Is I'm audible? So I could
Yes,
not
yes,
see the screen. Okay, thanks.
yes, audible.
So next section is that we are going to give overview of program which accept this IIT JAM score. Okay. So it is told to me by Uday that I should also share my experience in this admission process. So whenever I get, whenever I have such experience, I will share. Okay. So first program who took this IIT JAM score is this MSc in mathematics. Okay. So it is a two-year program. Many of you may know this program. So there are at least two types of institute who took student in this program through IIT JAM. Okay. So in case of IIT, so this admission is done by through this jobs. So what is jobs? It is JAM online application process system. So after IIT JAM result declared, so if you qualify that exam, that means if you have more mark than cutoff mark, you will get some rank, right? So if that rank is good enough, so good enough means it depend upon institute. So from past from past year, one can say if you have rank around 550, so if your rank is less than 550, you can get admission in one of the IITs. Okay. So if your rank is less, that means you can get old IITs, otherwise you can get new IITs. So that's the thing. So the process is that after the result has been declared, what you can do, you just submit the form on this particular portal, jobs portal, and there will be 4 rounds. So you need to give 3 preferences of your choice. So there will be 4 round, and after 4 round, you can see you will get one of the IITs if you have that particular rank. In my case, I have given this IIT JAM in 2018. So I have filled IIT Bombay, IIT Madras as second choice, and third choice was IIT Kanpur. So I think IIT Bombay I got in first round, uh, in first round only. And from last year, I think if you have a rank less than 20, all India rank less than 20, then you can get IIT Bombay, which is actually good department if you wanted to do this master program. Okay. And second type of institute is this NIT. So similar to these jobs, there is another portal known as a CCMN. So what is CCMN? So it is centralized counseling for Master of Science and MSc Tech program or something. So application process is same. You have to fill form, and there will be again 3 rounds. You have to give 3 choices, and depending upon your you can. So for open category, if you have around 2000 rank, so you can get selected for NIT. You can get this information like how much rank is required. You just visit this CCMN website of last year. So for this year, you just visit CCMN 2021 website. Okay. So from that, you can get idea from different categories, what will be the rank, cutoff rank. And in case of IIT JAM, you can go through this jobs 2021 website. Okay. So from that, you can get this information, and that will be also helpful during this counseling round. So whenever you are submitting form, because you can get idea for which institute you should give the preferences. Okay. So that one thing. Second program is this Master of Science in Applied Mathematics and Computing. Okay, so it is again 2-year program, and the institutes are in IIT. There are institute in IIT Dhanbad, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Jodhpur, Mandi, and Bhilai. In case of NIT, I think NIT Warangal has this program, and some other NIT is also having this program. Okay. So one of the advantage of this applied mathematics and computing program is that you can opt for corporate job also. So there will be many MNCs who took student who want this kind of student who has this applied mathematics background. So even though you have done your bachelor's from any institute, there will be no problem. If you do your master's from your applied and computing, that will be very good. And even IIT Jodhpur has this data science. So to consider. And if you observe, because this IIT and NIT, each state, one can see there is at least one IIT and NIT. So thing is that as years are coming, like in my time, this rank is about 300 or something in 2018. But now this rank is large. So because of large number of IITs and NIT, more student can accommodate in this thing. The only thing is that how much good IIT or NIT you will get. That's only the thing. So try to go for older IITs because they have well settled campus. Their faculties are also huge number of faculties. So they have departments also wide range of things compared to new IITs, because new IITs or NIT are just establishing themselves. So their libraries, their facilities are not that good as compared to older one. So try to score as low rank. That means you have to score as much as you want. So that's the thing. Another good program is about this integrated PhD program in mathematics. So its duration is about 6 years. So there are two types of institute who took this course. So one is IIC, other is IISER. In case of IIC, this IIC is only in one place in India. So it is situated in Bangalore. So its admission is done through this IIC website. So thing is that after JAM result, you can fill the form through its website, and its selection is actually based on interview. So even though you just got selected interview, though the admission process is purely based on your interview. So during my time, I also went through this IIC interview. So that time, I remember like first rank also not selected. So even I was not selected, but the performance analyzation is purely based on the interview performance. So that's one thing. And there is only one round of interview. And about IISERs, there are, I think, 7 or 8 IISERs, which is situated at Pune, Bhopal, Mohali, Trivandrum in Kerala, Barampur in Odisha, Tirupati in Andhra. And its admission process is also you have to visit their individual website, individual IISER website. There is no common platform. So you have to fill form there. And selection of interviews based, like cutoff rank, it varies depending upon competition that year. And there will be different IISERs to different kinds of interview. So I would say I have given 3 interviews. So in IISER Mohali, there was 2 rounds. So first round was written test and second round was interview. So what happened in IISER Mohali? In morning 9 o'clock, they asked you for some written test. It was 1 hour exam, and within 2 hours they just published their result. And after the result declared, in afternoon session itself, they took these interviews. So there will be 3-4 panels. They select student, and in same day interview happen. And within 2-3 days, the result will be declared. And in case of IISER Bhopal, there is only one round of selection. So it will be just interview. And in case of Pune, there was 2 rounds of interview. So if you clear first round, then only you will get into second round. So in my case, I was selected for Mohali and Bhopal. So thing is about Mohali is that in IISER Mohali, the whole department is about, like, most of the faculties is from algebraic subject, from algebra, doing research in algebra. So that department is not well balanced as such. So IISER Bhopal, on the other hand, having all faculties from all different research field. So it is more well balanced than IISER Mohali. So I have chosen here. Next program is about joint MSc PhD program in mathematics. So this program is in IIT Bombay, IIT Bhubaneswar, and IIT Kharagpur. Master, it is for this program. What we have to do? First of all, we have to take admission for master program. Okay, so it is same as direct admission through jobs. So that's one thing. And after 2 years, after completing your master, what will happen? If you have CGPA more than 8.5, then you are eligible for your internal assessment test for this PhD. So that internal assessment may be written test or interview. It varies depending upon IIT. So they will conduct that internal assessment, and depending upon that, they will give you the position, PhD position. So only difference between integrated PhD and this joint MSc PhD program is that in case of integrated PhD, you will get fellowship for even master program also. But in case of joint MSc PhD program, you will not get fellowship for master program. And another point to note is that in case of this integrated PhD program, this cutoff, this 8.5 cutoff is lower. So even if you have say 1 CGPA, still you are valid to go to this PhD program. But again, there will be also internal assessment. You have to give comprehensive exam for qualifying PhD. Okay, so that's the difference between these two programs. And then next program is this joint MSc PhD program in other subjects. So even though you have done your bachelor's from mathematics background and have written IIT JAM exam in mathematics, still you can go to other subject also. So for instance, IIT Bombay has three this kind of program. So it is operation research, environment science, and energy. So, and IIT Bhubaneswar has this atmospheric science and ocean. So even though you have written this mathematics, there is no issue. And thing is that I will just briefly say what is this thing. So in case of operation research, I think many of you have taken this course in third year of your BSc. So this is very interesting course, and there are lots of job opportunities in case of manufacturing sector. So most of these job opportunities in from abroad. So because it is actually associated with manufacturing sector. In India, we have less chances, but in 5 or 6 years, if India become manufacturing hub, then we have this particular field has very much scope. Okay. And in case of environment, science, and energy, it's already has too much scope. And there is also government sector's job as well as private sector, which link to this environmental and energy sector. There are plenty of jobs opportunity. So after completing PhD, even you can go to academia, that is a teaching field or research, or also there are there are corporate jobs are also there. And IIT Bhubaneswar also has similar program, atmospheric and ocean science. That is also linked to this environment science. Okay. So these are the brief overview of the program, which I know, which took student from this IIT JAM school. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss what is this exam pattern of IIT JAM exam. So there will be 60 questions. Most of this information you already know, but I will just say because some of you may not know. So there will be three parts of question. Okay. So in first part there will be MCQ. There is about 30 questions carrying 50 mark. There is two types of MCQs. One is 1 mark, another is 2 mark. In case of 1 mark question, there will be 10 question, and if you write something wrong, there will be 1/3 mark will be deducted, right? So if you write something wrong, that means you will not get 1 mark of that particular question, as well as from your total score, 1/3 mark will be deducted. Okay, and similar to that, there will be 2 marks question. There will be 20 question of 2 marks each, and the negative marking will be 2/3, twice as that of first one. Okay, so if you observe this half percentage, like 100 mark paper. Out of that, this 50 mark carries negative mark. So I would say don't guess here. So if you are almost sure, then only you should write. Is there anything? Okay. So second type of question is about MSQ. So that means there will be more than one correct choices. So given a question, there may be more than one correct option. So you need to pick all of them to get full credit. Okay. So there will be 10 questions and each carrying 2 marks. So it may be possible that there will be three answers correct, and if you write two of them, you will not get any partial credit or that, right? So there will be no partial credit as well as no negative marking. So that's thing. So it carries 20 mark total. And third type of question is this NAT, that is numerical answer type question. So there will be 20 question carrying 30 marks. Again, two section in them. So in first section, there will be 10 question of 1 mark each. And what you have to do, you have to just put numerical value of answer using this virtual keyboard present in the system. Okay. And another 10 question carrying 2 marks. So if you see this second or third section do not have negative marking, but still I would say give your time to things you know, right? Don't waste time in guessing the answer or something like that. You can try to eliminate some options from them and try to analyze things. But for MCQ part, don't guess anything. So that's the thing I would say. Okay. So next section, we are going to discuss about the syllabus and I would say some important question and how to prepare for them. So for this section, I can say if you are first year student or second year BSc student, this is for you. And for the student who are just third year student and just 15 or 20 days remain for exam, I would say at the end of this presentation. Okay. So let's see. So there are three topics. Broadly, there are three topics. In real analysis, there is one important topic known as the sequence and series. So there will be three important subtopic in them. So first is this convergence of sequence. So in them, what will be the question? Like they will give a sequence and they will try to find its limit. So that type of question. To tackle that kind of question, you should at least know that respective theorems. So what are these theorems? So you should at least know this monotonic convergence theorem. So what is that? That means given a sequence, if it is monotonic, if it is bounded, then it is convergent. And you should know this Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem and many other respective theorems. Okay. So I would also stated certain examples for that. So I can show you to you after this slide. And for second type of question is this test of convergence of series. So in that, the question will be, they will give you 2 or 3 series and ask you, is it converges or not? Compare them or analyze them, how the terms are going on or something like that. So for that, you should know all these respective series tests like ratio test, group test, that Abel test, or Cauchy condensation test. There is much more. Okay. And last topic is this power series. So in power series, one I think only there are two subtopics. One is to find this radius of convergence. There are I think two techniques to find that. So you should know at least that thing, and you should know this integration, like term by term integration technique. So that will be useful to find this radius of convergence. Okay. And books for references, if you have more than 1 year time, I would say start with this Bartle book. So Bartle and Sherbert book name is Introduction to Real Analysis. It is very good book as such, and it is good for starters. So you can go through them topic by topic and solve these exercises. So after you are completing this Bartle, I would say you should go to this Tom Postol book. Book's name is Mathematical Analysis. So for this topic particularly, test of convergence of series, it has many tests. This apostol has many tests. So it is, I think, its chapter name is series of function or something. So it covers a lot. this apostille book. So you should go through them. And for interview purpose, I would say this Walter Rudin book, named as a Principle of Mathematical Analysis, aka BB Rudin. So this book is very useful. So after, so many time it happens, the interviewer give a exercise question from Rudin. If you give them, if you say your interest is real analysis or analysis as such. So I would say after exam, you should try to solve all these exercises from Rudin. So that's good thing. For even your master, that will be useful, and even interviews, it will be useful. Okay. So this is the thing from this sequence of series. And I have also mentioned some important question. So if you know this technique, that is also good enough. But if you don't know, this is for them. Okay. So first thing is that there may be, I have seen this type of question many in many IIT JAM exam. So given they give a sequence, so thing is that to find a limit, if you convert that into telescoping series, that will be very good. That will be easy computation. Okay. So in this case, what is telescoping series? That means after certain stage, all term like consecutive term will cancel each other, right? So that's the telescopic series. So if you observe here, so this is kind of product, the numbers written in kind of product, right? So if you use this log property, so what is log property? If you have log of AB, that is log A plus log B, that means you can convert product term into somehow log of summation of logs, right? So you can convert this product term into somehow series. So, and series you can manage somehow. So that's one thing. So whenever you see this kind of product, just try to use this log technique. So apply log and try to see is it useful or not. So we can see this log of the general term 1 minus 1 by n square. This can be written as log of n square minus 1 by n square, right? And again, you have to use this property that log a by b is log a minus log b. Okay, so we have done this. Again, we are going to use this product rule or division rule. So this thing can be written as this, and this thing particular thing. And if you are going to sum it up, okay, from n is equal to 2 to infinity, almost all term will cancel. Only this minus log 2 will remain. Only that term will be survive. Okay. So because we have taken log to this term, we have to take exponential to them. One can get minus half. Okay. So try to see this kind of thing. So try to convert problem to telescopic series. Not only this log technique, one can also use partial fraction for them. For instance, uh, in order to solve this kind of problem, so here we cannot use this log technique. So what you can do? You can convert this general term 1 upon n times n square minus 1 into the partial fraction. Okay. And if you are going to sum it up, all term will cancel except 1 by 4. Okay. So these two terms will survive, but their addition is 1 by 4. So this is how one can tackle this kind of problem. Okay. And another technique one can say, given a series sum, one can think it is a Riemann sum technique. Okay. So suppose you need to find this kind of limit of general term. Okay. You can convert this particular number. You can see it is in Riemann sum. Okay. So what is Riemann sum? Riemann sum means summation of some h times f of some initial term a0 plus h times r. Okay. So how to see this term into Riemann sum? You just take 1 by n common. You can see it is 1 upon 1 plus 1 by n plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 by n, so on up till 1 plus 1 plus n by n. So this particular term is actually Riemann sum of function 1 by 1 plus x. Okay, where this edge is 1 by n and the starting point is 0 and ending point is 1. Okay, and you can say this function is continuous in this particular region. So you can do its integration, and this definite integration you know how to do, and just substitute the values, you can get ln by ln2. Okay, so there are actually plenty of techniques to do this thing. You should solve all these exercises to get how to do this thing, right? So for time constraint, I have just mentioned this thing. Let's go to the next section. So next topic is this function of one variable. So in that in syllabus they have mentioned this topic like limit, continuity, and intermediate value property. So in case of limit, what you can do, so many times you can use this L'Hopital rule. So and there are many plenty of ways to find the limit. So you should go through all of them. So there are plenty of problem in upper stall and even Bartle you should solve to get command over this particular topic. And there may be some MSQ from this particularly continuity topic or intermediate value property. So also understand this epsilon delta definition. So many time it happens. They will give a definition, somehow twisted definition of continuity in terms of epsilon delta. So if you understand epsilon delta definition properly, then only you can do this kind of thing. Okay. For MCQ part of thing, this is very interesting topic. And about second topic, that is in differentiability, you should know applications of this differentiation. That means this Rolle's theorem, mean value theorem. This L'Hopital rules is again very interesting. At least one example is from this L'Hopital topic. And one should able to find this maxima minima. You should know what is the theorem statement of this Taylor series and Taylor theorem. So that's important stuff. And from Riemann integration and fundamental theorem of calculus, there is also important problems given in Rudin. So you must go through them. So references again same. And for interview point of view, I would say you must do this continuity and differentiation exercise from Rudin, right? Because even in IIC, they asked me one exercise from Rudin, from differentiation chapter. So they may say to construct some function with certain particular topics. Okay. So if you have gone through its exercises, then it will be beneficial for you. Okay. So that's the thing. Next topic is about multivariable calculus and differential equation. So in that topic is function of 2 or 3 real variables. So in that you can see this topic limit, continuity, partial derivatives, total derivative, maxima minima. So many time, even I can see in MSQ there will be one question which gives you a function fxy equal to some complicated function, and they ask you, can you find the fx? Can you deduce fy is continuous, xy is bounded, continuous, or something like that. So for this type of problem, you can observe in this Apostol. Book name is Tom Apostol, author is Tom Apostol, and book name is Calculus Volume 2. Okay. And sometime it may be useful, like you need to compute some fxy term. Okay. But it may be possible if you differentiate with respect to y first and then differentiate with respect to x, that will be beneficial. Okay. So try to just change the order of differentiation, because you may already know this mixed derivative theorem. So that theorem is useful sometimes. Okay. And from limit, they may ask you certain some given value for some more than one variable question. Okay. So this kind of question also address in this Storm Apostol exercise. So if you solve all these exercises, that will be really good. And for maxima minima, you may know that you should know this first and second derivative test. You should able to compute all this computation and very fast. So if you practice too much or practice enough, then you can able to have command in this particular topic. Okay. And next topic is about this integral calculus. So there will be topics like double and triple integral, change of order of integration. You have to calculate surface area, volume using double and triple integral. And for that purpose, I would say there are very beautiful notes by Paul. So you can just write in Google Paul online math note. So you will open one website. So all these particular problems of this particular calculating surface area, volume, that has been covered. So in that he also written solution. So even if you stuck at some point of view, so you can see the solution there. So every computation has been covered. So this particular reference is very essential. All JAM syllabus has been covered in this particular topic, okay, in particular reference. So you should visit this website for this topic. I have also mentioned some examples. So see, it may be in exam, there are at least one or two question. They ask you to calculate surface integral. Vector field, okay. So thing is that given vector field, to calculate its surface integral, sometimes it's difficult just by using definition. So whatever you have to compute its normal, put all these things, add it up. So it will be much complicated. But instead of doing that, what you can do, you can use this Stokes theorem or divergence theorem. You can convert problem of surface integral into problem of volume of corresponding divergence. Okay. So in that easy. So what I'm saying, consider this surface integral with vector field f to be this. This is still complicated looking vector field. But if you look at surface, so surface consists of three surfaces. Okay, so there will be three surface combination. But if you compute its surface integral by definition, you have to compute surface integral over real surfaces, right? So it may be very time consuming. You don't have that much time. But instead of doing this, what you can do, you just use divergence theorem. If you compute divergence of this particular vector field, what divergence of f is, and so integral of f dot ds, that is surface integral, it is actually equal to volume integral of divergence f over the volume which is enclosed by that particular surface. Okay, because divergence of f is 1, there is no parameters involved in that. You just compute volume which is enclosed by this thing. So that is very easy to do. You just change this variable, particular variable, and just integrate. Okay, and thing is that answer is here. So that's how one can tackle. So whenever you see this kind of complicated surface, uh, you should use this divergence and Stokes theorem. Okay, so that is your first choice of attempt. Because jam in IIT jam, the questions are not that difficult, they just kind of tricky. So you have to use that kind of trick. So you may know this if you solve this mini problem. Okay, so this is one problem. A second problem is that they may ask you to find line integral over some closed curve. So for instance, you need to evaluate this kind of line integral, which is over a closed triangle over this particular one form. Okay. Now, thing is that if you use just a definition, you have to parameterize each of these three lines, right? And you have to integrate over this particular one form over that each line. So that may be too much complicated, right? So instead of doing that, what you can do, you can use this green theorem. Okay. So what is green theorem? It relate a line closed line integral to this to the area integral. Okay. So convert problem of one form into two forms. So problem is very simple. This p dx plus q dy, we can convert into differentiation of this with respect to x minus differentiation of this with respect to y. Okay, you just subtract them and you just integrate over this particular triangle. So the answer is simple. Okay, am I audible? No, there is no problem.
Yes,
Hello.
audible. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so this is another problem. There are many techniques as such, but you should at least know this thing. Okay, next topic is about differential equation. So for that, you need to solve this first order and second order ODE. Uh, so for that particular method, I would say you should visit this SL Ross book known as a differential equation. Many times, I have observed that in IIT Jam, they just pick it up the exercises from this particular book. Okay, so if you solve already this particular exercises, this Shapley-Ross book, then you may not even compute in that particular exam, right? So you may already know that answer. So that is very useful. So I should say you should visit this or read this book, do all these exercises. So that's the thing for differential equation. This is also one of the most scoring topic in this IIT JAM thing. Okay. Next subject is linear algebra and algebra. So there are three sections. In matrices section, they will ask you to give some system of linear equation and try to gauge the existence of solution. If it is exist, is it unique or infinitely many? So you should know all this computational stuff. You should able to compute this rank nullity and you you should know these properties of inverse function and determinant function. And not only that, you should geometrically visualize these eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So what they are doing. Because in IIT JAM exam, questions are not that straightforward. They will not ask you to compute eigenvector or particular eigenvalue or something like that. So what they ask you, like there may be some, if you have this overall idea, what is this what is this particular geometrical significance of these two things, you can answer that question. Okay. And for references for beginners, I would say go through this Shom's Outline Linear Algebra series. This book has plenty of solved problems. So even if you have do self study of linear algebra topic, you just go through this book. There are all solved problems, so you can see the solution also. Okay, that's for first thing. And for second reference, I would say you should visit this Lawrence Friedberg book. Its name is Linear Algebra. Very beautiful thing about this book is that so there is one section about true and false. Each exercise has this true and false section. So many times it happens that you may think this is that sentence whatever given is wrong, it is false, but it may actually the answer it was true. So if you have gone through this particular feedback exercises, especially for true and false section, you may able to do this MSQ question, because many times they just put true false combination from them. You go through all from feedback and solve exercises from them. That will be really good. Okay. So that is what I can say about this matrices. Second topic is this finite dimension vector spaces. So in that, you already know what do you mean by linear independence of vector, basis, dimension, what is linear transformation. There is actually link between linear transformation and matrices, right? So thing is that you can convert problem of linear transformation into whatever this earlier topic is matrices. So you can use all this theory to this linear transformation. And another important question is that about this change of basis question. So you should able to change from domain basis and codomain basis also. So this thing is also important. And for that references again same, you should visit this Shom's Outline Linear Algebra book as well as Friedberg. And for interview, I would say you should do this Hoffman Kunz book. That is classic book actually. You should solve these exercises. Okay. So, and last topic is these groups. So linear algebra and algebra. So in that the topics you already know: this cyclic abelian group, non-abelian group, permutation group, normal group, quotient group, Lagrange theorem, and group homomorphism. The very classic motivational book known as this Joseph Gallian. So its name is Contemporary Abstract Algebra. You may have seen in your bachelor's. So this book has very good motivation to study this groups chapter. And I would say this Ian Hustin books exercise is very classic. Book name is Abstract Algebra. You should go through them. There is lots of interesting question in them. You can get good idea of this topic. Okay. There are plenty of questions like given a group which may be abelian, they will give you some order and they may say how many elements of this order may exist in that group, or that particular thing. Even though there is no silo theorem given in this particular topic. You should know this thing. So that will be useful somewhere. Okay. So uh, this is about the syllabus. Okay. And what should we do before exam? So I would say solve last year question paper. The thing is that even if you solve from 2015, that will be good enough, because thing is that the exam pattern has been changed from 2015. Okay, before that there was different types of exam for IIT JAM, and exam quality is also not that good. Even the exam quality, exams problems are very simple or trivial. So I would say you should start from 2015. So you can have 7 year question paper. So you have 7 times 60, around 420 question. That has huge collection of problem, right? So if you go through all of them, that is very good. And you can see this paper available in your JAM application website, right? And even you can find its answer key. Even if you are not finding this year's JAM portal, you can visit last year JAM portal. So maybe there you can find answer key of this uh, particular papers. Okay, so try to solve them. Check the solution with solution manual. You can see you are right or not. Next, I would say don't think about just to get cutoff mark, because cutoff mark are nothing. So even if you get cutoff mark, you may not get selected in any IITs or NIT, because cutoff mark are very less, right? It is 20 mark or 20% or something. So at least you should try to get 40 mark or more than that. Then, so to get admission in NIT or IIT. Okay. And third thing I should say, you should take some mock practice test. Okay. So, and not sure, not just give them, but thing is that you should give them seriously. You should sit for 3 hours and try to write uh, try to give them very seriously. It may be possible that you may get less mark, but thing is that don't worry about that, because thing is that practice test, whatever they are setting, that is not as good as JAM exam. So they just pick it up some exams from the CSIR net and gate exam. So you may not able to solve them. Don't worry about that. But why I'm saying you should give this mock practice test, you should make yourself comfortable to give this online exam, right? That's one thing. And second thing is that you may observe sitting in one place for 3 hours is a difficult job from due to this COVID thing. So it may be also good thing. You should give them and give concentratedly in straight hour, 3 hours straight, this kind of exam. You should give at least 2, 3 exam, this mock practice test. Okay. And I can say solve as many problem as you can. That will be very useful. So problem only help you. Otherwise, you cannot get how to solve this kind of problem very efficiently. You may solve particular problem even if you know something, but it will take too much time, right? But if you practice them very hard, like solve one type of problem many times, you can get certain ideas how to solve them efficiently, right? So thing is that we have to do work very efficiently. We have limited number of time to solve this problem. So we have to work in that way only, right? And I would say the IIT JAM exam is not that difficult and even not that competitive also. So certainly if you do, if you study well, even if you start study now in this 25 day, at least you can get NIT also. So don't worry about that. Just study for some time and do efficient work. Okay. So that's the thing I can say. What should we do? And what should we do after exam? So Uday told me I should also express my experience with you. So thing is that in interview generally they ask you about the subject of interest. Okay, so you may told like what you like it may be analysis, algebra, whatever you like. Okay, so but thing is that you should know that subject well. And so what they do, they just ask you to solve some problem. And if you are solving correct, that's fine. They will ask you follow-up question, or they may ask you different question. That one thing. But even though you don't able to solve that particular problem, so what will happen? They will give you lots of hints. Okay, so with using that hint, you can able to solve. Or even though if you are not able to solve that particular topic, then they will break that question into smaller sub question, and they will ask you to solve. Okay, so they want you to solve these things, so they just see your approach, how you are tackling. So even if you stuck in the interview, don't worry about that. They will help you. Okay, so that's one thing. And I would say, even if you get your required IIT, right? So even if you get IIT Bombay or something, just try to give attempt this IIC interviews or IISER interview at least. Okay, because thing is that experience of interview is very important for your master and PhD program thing, because you can see how can we break this question into smaller sub question and things like that. So that will be the excellent experience for you. And you can also see what are the weaknesses in your thinking, right? So you may think that you know all this particular topic, but they may ask you same question from that topic, you may stuck there, right? So you can see that particular topic you may have some weaknesses, you can go through them, right? So that's the thing. And even though if you have small amount of time, uh, after interview, after this IIT jam, I can say try to solve as much as possible example, and try to communicate mathematics. So thing is that you should, whatever you are writing, you should able to communicate to other people, right? So that will be helpful for your interview as well as your masters and future life. So that's what I was saying. I think time is already up. So thanks for your patience and best wishes for exam. Okay.
Thank you, Shubham. Thank you for the very informative session.
Thanks.
But most of the students would like to discuss the doubts, some of the questions they are having.
Okay.
So, students, dear students, if you have any questions, if you would like to discuss with something with our honorable guest, so you can. Yes, Deepak.
सर क्वेश्चन विचारायला काही ठेवलंच नाही सरांनी सर्वच एक्सप्लेन केलंय.
Thanks,
तरी
Deepak.
असतील आणखी काही काय असतील आणखी तरी
पण
विचार.
क्वेश्चन असले तर बॉस.
पीएचडी प्रोग्राम मध्ये नाही का तुम्ही म्हणले का तिथे कोर्स असतो.
दीपक तुझं व्हॉइस व्यवस्थित येत नाही, परत एकदा सांग.
सर जेव्हा आपण इथं एमएससी इंटिग्रेटेड पीएचडी घेतो किंवा पीएचडी घेतो, एक तिथं मग तो थेअरी कोर्स जो असतो तो ऍक्च्युअल बेसिक वरतीच असतो का तिथं थोडस वेगळ्या पद्धतीने शिकवतात ते?
ऍक्च्युली जेव्हा तू इंटिग्रेटेड पीएचडीला ऍडमिशन घेतलं, सपोज फर्स्ट इयरला, तर फर्स्ट इयरला काय होतं की फर्स्ट सेमेस्टरला असे कोर्सेस असतात की जे ऑलरेडी तुला झालेले असतील, म्हणजे फॉर इन्स्टन्स रिअल अनालिसिस, ग्रुप थेअरी किंवा नंबर थेअरी, त्या टाईपचे. मग ते काय करतात तुम्हाला की आफ्टर BSc ते तुमचं बॅकग्राऊंड क्लिअर करून घेतात. म्हणजे मे बी इट इज पॉसिबल, म्हणजे बॅचलर्समध्ये तुम्हाला एखादी गोष्ट नाही कळाली, राईट, तर ते क्लिअर होऊन जातं ते. अँड कोर्सेस सेम राहतात, फक्त थिंग इज दॅट फॅकल्टी जे असतात तो चांगला, म्हणजे जास्त क्वालिफाईड असतात की PhD वगैरे, अँड त्यांचा पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह वेगळा असतो. परत तुम्हाला इकडे आल्यावर फॅसिलिटीज वगैरे भेटतात, ज्या की आपल्या युनिव्हर्सिटीला भेटू शकत नाहीत, राईट. सो बऱ्याच गोष्टी आहेत की त्यामुळे म्हटलो की तुम्ही ट्राय करा इंटिग्रेटेड PhD प्रोग्राम. ओके.
Any more questions from the other participants? Any more questions regarding the JAM exam? Any questions? Please ask. Post-exam strategy, pre-exam strategy. Any questions, Mayur?
No, sir.
Shubhangi? Any questions, Shubhangi?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I think there is no any questions from the participants. Sir,
Had
had you taken
taken
some
some.
coaching for
No,
preparation?
no. There is no need to take any coaching for preparation. There is no need at all.
Actually,
Even for CSI, you do not need to take. Just read the standard material and go give seriously exam. There is only thing. There is no need. Everything is in from BSc for IIT JAM, and for NET it is from your masters. So that's the thing. Even that the CSIR NET, the people they don't know that coaching guys that much. So if you do on your own, that will be good. Okay,
no need to join any coaching.
no need to join. At least for that CSIR and JAM, from my perspective.
Okay. Yes. Any more questions? China. Sir, which
Which
IIT
IIT
should I
I
prefer?
should near AIR 300? Let's see. I would open that particular portal and I will say, can you see my screen? Let's see. Can you see my
Yes.
screen? Tell me.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Jam jobs. You can just visit these jobs. Okay. 2021 you should visit. View certificate. Okay. Just a minute. There are certain, let's see. Okay.
Meanwhile,
So
okay.
this you can see there are certain rounds, right? So first round, second round, closing round, fourth round. Okay. So you just visit there. You can see each program and there is closing and opening rank, right? So you say it is 300. Let's see. So I suppose you are in open or which category? You can check that. That's fine. No need to tell. So let's see.
Open.
So open. So see in mathematics I cannot able to find mathematics. Let's see here.
If
So
possible,
here,
please zoom it, Shubham.
can you see now?
Yes. Yes.
This much?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. See. Now I can say this IIT Madras is good, but it is 151. So you said till 300. So IIT Kanpur is good, but 131 it required. So IIT Kharagpur is also good, 207 is required. So you may opt if you have this much rank. So IIT Kharagpur and other IITs, let's say if you wanted to do computing, Hyderabad is very good choice. And let's see what is other good IIT which has 300 plus. Uh, so IIT Indore is also good compared to. So for 300 you can opt for IIT Indore. So what you can do after your result come, you just visit this last year website, right? And you just see how much rank it is and how is department you can mail a student of them. So what you can do, you just see your contact. Let's see. Just contact student of that institute. You can also mail me. I can tell you. Okay. So this is after the result come. So it may be possible you can get under 100 rank, right? So you can opt for IIT Delhi or something. No
Kindly
need to
put
pay.
your email in the chat box.
So let's see.
There is another question from the Samruddhi Ropale that how much content of numerical analysis for IIT JAM?
No content from numerical analysis. There is no need to study numerical analysis for IIT JAM.
Yes, Vaibhav.
Vaibhav?
Any questions? Vaibhav Pasarkar. Any questions? No.
No, sir. Okay. Anything else?
Akash, Gloria. Aniket.
No, sir.
No question, sir.
Okay, I think there is no any questions. So let me give a lot of thanks to Honorable Speaker Shubham Jathar. Thank you for the very informative presentation. You have explained much more about the pre and the post preparation strategy as well, and at the same time you have explained some of the topics from the IIT JAM with examples. That is what the last minute tips and tricks to prepare for the exam, and many of the frequently asked questions you discussed with us, right? And I'm very sure that the students found it to be more informative. Also, you explained a lot of information about the IISERs with their ranks and IITs and NITs, a lot of things you had discussed with us. And we are really thankful to you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, a lot of busy schedule, to give this informative lecture. And that is one of the main reason why you have cancelled all of your work, and was really ecstatic to be here. And the presence of such a personality in our college is a really blessing for all of us. And as all the good things come to an end in life, so this is the lecture also. And at the outset, I thank our chief guest and our resource person Shubham Jathar, and we are really enlightened with your knowledge and the presence. We are really thankful to our honorable principal, Dr. R.J. Barnabas sir, and Professor Ashok Lagad sir, for always motivating us to conduct such a type of the webinars and such a type of the guest lectures. I would also like to thanks to our principal for his enthusiastic support. So our heartfelt thanks to our students also for your active participation. And with these warm regards and warm words and a kind of message, we move to the end of the today's guest lecture. Thank you for being here today. And now I conclude that this webinar has been finished, and have a great day. Thank you, Shubham.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
No.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.